back, and you're coming up out of the waist with a big broad shoulder. Quarter turn to the right. This time, Kevin, you just stand perfectly upright. Now you should be able to see the difference. When you bring your knees out slightly down, come down on the knees, stick the butt out, big chest up out of the waist, big tricep, and put your other bicep into your pec, and a slight twist. Now that's a much better pleasing look, I think, on stage. Face front. So remember, front and rear poses, you want to have your heels together, toes flared out, knees swept out to create a better sweep to the quad, butt stuck out so you're tightening up your glutes, arching your lower spine so you're seeing a tree in your lower back, and a big wide lat, big broad shoulder. Again, it's the only way to show your symmetry around. Now let's, now this would be, what is it, 6 in the class. Dave, just move down slightly, just a little bit. Okay, I don't want to lose that pole. Now we're going to do, this time, Dave and Zeth, keep your legs perfectly together, straight up, okay? Everybody else pose the way you normally do. Front double bicep. Again, a lot of bodybuilders will do that. Stand perfectly straight, and it just takes away from the physique. Now go into your regular bicep. Here you're seeing Linda. She's got a complete package. Her legs are still separated. She's standing the right way. Perfect biceps. Lats are out. Abdominals are showing. So the idea on this, you can display your legs whichever, if you want to have them out, in front, whatever you want to do. But the weight that's the leg that's carrying all the weight, that knee should be bent and swept out. That's going to give you a little bit better separation in the quad that way. And the leg that is not carrying all the weight, that should be locked out, and you should squeeze the quadricep. You're coming up out of the waist. You get a nice big lat. Your thumbs are twisted backwards, so you get a better peak to the bicep. And your elbows are about shoulder height. And again, you're up out of the waist, displaying the total package. Relax. Now we're going to do a front lat spread. This time, Kevin and Derek, just leave your legs perfectly straight and do a front lat. Now again, Dave is angled in. I'm sitting in the middle, so he's angled in facing me. Jean is angled in facing me a little bit. And so all the judges could see if we had a large panel. Now again, Derek and Kevin, to me that stance looks foolish, and a lot of bodybuilders do that. Now do it the way you normally do it. Again, you can't really see the separations you wear at competition time because these guys are off season, but it displays their physiques much better. Jean, try to sweep your knees out a little bit more. See the difference there? And up a big broad shoulder. Big difference. Okay, everyone relax. Let's focus on Jean. Just stand, do it the way you were doing a minute ago, with just your legs almost straight. Now that's the way you normally pose anyways. Now if he sweeps his knees out slightly, even lower, look at the difference in his quadriceps. His quadriceps looks twice as good. And if he fills up his lungs with air and gets a big broad shoulder, and he pushes in above the hip bone, not covering his abdominals, just creating an illusion, is pushing your hand in slightly above the hip bone, so you're creating a better V, then he's presenting that package a lot better than he did a minute ago. Okay, relax. So on you, John, that looks better. A slight little more sweep to the quads, and you can see in the legs, it makes your legs look 10 times better. Filling up your lungs and creating an illusion, just sticking in your hands in above your hip bone and creating a better V. So that's basically how you should do the front lat. Now when you get to the best side chest, again, that'd be your option, whatever you thought was the best side pose. The most important thing is to get down slightly in the knee, displaying your best calf, displaying your best quad hamstring separation in glutes, pushing the opposite bicep into your pec to see a better separations through your pectoral. We're looking at the separations through the shoulders, triceps, the whole package. So that's how you should stand. You're displaying your best calf, you got a little bend to the knee, and you've got your butt out, arching your lower spine, flexing your pectoral, and showing all the judges. Relax, face front. The next pose will be best side tricep. Again, it would be their option what side they want to display. All the side poses are pretty much the same once you determine the stance you want. It's usually a little bend to the knee, displaying your best calf. When you bend the knee slightly, you're going to see a better separation between the hamstring and the quadricep. If you stick your butt out, it's going to tighten up your glutes, arching your lower spine, pulling in your abdominal, and big chest, making a big chest, and flexing your best tricep. And it's your option if you want to put the opposite hand into your pectoral to show your chest, or if you want to reach around and show your tricep that way. That's the more common way to do it, but I find that more and more people are preferring the other way. Again, there's all different stances. That's your option, but this is and you can see Jean on the right side. Bigger chest, smaller abdominal. Up out of the waist, and that's going to display. Again, we're off season, but that displays his physique the best, bringing his chest up more. Relax, face front. These guys thought this was all over for the season, but I tricked them. Now we're going to do intercostal side serratus, best side. So it's your traditional side pose. You usually stand very similar to the way you were standing. Displaying your calf, hamstring, glutes, intercostal side serratus. At this point, you got the opposite hand usually on the hip, the hand facing the judges, swept around the head, and you usually pull the stomach in and you just kick in. You're basically lunging your hip forward and your upper body forward, and it's just bringing out, we're looking in the abdominal intercostal side serratus area. We're looking at the fingers and the separations under the chest and into the abdominal. Relax, face front. Still cold? Okay, now we'd say face the rear of the stage. And at this point we usually go into rear lat spread, rear lat. So you display your best calf, your best hamstring, tighten up the glutes by sticking the butt out, arching the lower spine so you can see the tree in the lower back, and spreading your elbows forward and seeing a thickness of the chest, of the back. The old way would be, we'll focus on Derek in the red in the middle. Derek, move your elbows all the way forward. That would be the old way, where you really round it over your back. But now we find if you don't go quite as far with the elbow and you really do more of an isometric, it shows your back better. Relax. Okay, Zeth, raise your hand. Derek, raise your hand. Change places. Dave, raise your hand. Kevin, raise your hand. Change places. Again, when you're on stage, remember your number. So if I ask for your number, you can raise your hand, see who I want to compare with, and change places. Again, we're going to try doing rear lat one more time. You're displaying the calf, hamstring, glutes, and really spreading the lat. And if you're on the ends, make sure you angle in so you're facing the head judge. Relax. Rear double bicep. Again, your rear poses are pretty standard. Once you determine your leg position, it's pretty much for this all rear poses. Picking your best calf, your best hamstring, glutes, and flexing your double bicep. Relax. Kevin and Derek change places. Jean and Dave change places. So when we call the particular pose, just because you may have the biggest body part that I'm calling, and you don't have the rest of the package, doesn't mean you're going to win that particular pose. If we're calling for rear double bicep, and you've got the biggest biceps up there, but you have no calves, no hamstrings, don't have the thickness in the back of another competitor, then just because you've got big biceps doesn't mean you're going to win the pose. It's how you display your physique during that particular pose. The judges are scanning the total package from head to toe. So it's very important to make sure you display your physique completely. Let's go into best leg bicep curl. Now we're looking at hamstring. But we still want you to look professional on stage and flexing your the total physique, even though you were judging your hamstring. Now here you should have a big broad shoulder, triceps flexed, arched back, tight glutes, and you're displaying your best hamstring. Now if I have a big class and I can't focus because everyone's showing hamstring a certain way and I can't focus on it, then I'll tell everyone to relax, face the rear, quarter turn to the right, angle to the left corner, and show me your left hamstring. You get a big class and everybody's showing hamstrings a different way and you can't focus, then sometimes it's easier for the judges to be able to look at everyone in the same position. But again, Zeth, why don't you just fall apart in your upper body? If you're up there just looking foolish, which a lot of bodybuilders do, you focus on displaying your total package. Relax. You want to display your upper physique, at least have it presentable, face the rear. The other rear, thank you. Some bodybuilders carb deplete, we're carb loading today. So display your complete package. Then the next pose would be display both calves. But again, you want to display your total package. And everyone's different. Most cases, I think most bodybuilders have their toes out, heels slightly in. Maybe a slight bend to the knee. Maybe a little arch to the lower back and tighten up the glutes. It depends on the bodybuilder, but just make sure the total package, you look professional and you're displaying your total physique, even though we're judging your calves here. Relax. Again, if it's a big class and we can't focus, or sometimes it's because everybody's got good calves, or sometimes it's because everybody doesn't have such good calves, I may ask for you to spike your toe and show me your best calf. Now that means I want a toe on the floor, and I want you to display your best calf and hamstring. Even though we're judging the calf, you want to display the whole package. I can see Kevin and Derek over there to your left. They're like out to lunch somewhere. They're not displaying their upper physique at all. They're just relaxed, and they're not even displaying. So it's important to display the total physique each pose. Relax. Face front. Linda and Zeth change places. Kevin and Jean change places. Now Dave and Kevin change places.